Welcome back to the Stanford Center, where Hawaii holds a 2-0 lead over the defending national champions, the Stanford Cardinal. Taking a look at our Mad Stats. These Mad Stats are sponsored by Papa John's Hawaii. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Looking at these statistics from games 1 and 2, Hawaii out-hitting Stanford 385 to 182. Hawaii doing a nice job of solidifying their offense and ironing out all those wrinkles from last week. Also taking a look at some of the blocks for Hawaii. Hawaii out-blocking Stanford 6-2. And this is another surprising statistic right here. It's Hawaii out-digging Stanford 20-17. Taking a look at some of the highlights from the players in the first 2 sets. For Stanford, the reigning MPSF Player of the Year, Brad Lawson, showing why with a bunch of shots and also some great blocking to help carry the Cardinal in those first 2 sets. Stanford will need to see more of Lawson if they want a shot to get back into this match. And for the University of Hawaii, their outside hitters have helped carry the load, starting off with Josh Walker. Also getting involved is Stephen Hunt. But the go-to players thus far has definitely been Jonas Umlauf. Umlauf proving to be much healthier from last week, going down the line against Stanford and really proving to be unstoppable. Umlauf with 16 kills so far, hitting 481, helping to carry this Warrior squad. More to come, more exciting volleyball action from the Stanford Center when we return.
Need tickets to an upcoming UH contest? Visit HawaiiAthletics.com. Call 944-BOWS. Or visit the Stan Sheriff Center box office. 3 easy ways to get your seats for exciting UH sports action. Hawaii wins the first set, 25-22. They then win the second set, 25-21. And they have put Stanford in a very embarrassing situation now. After all, Stanford is the defending national champion. Stanford last year, when they opened the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation, they beat Hawaii twice on the road. Your scores: USC against UC San Diego, USC winning that one. They're the #1 team. #3, UCLA had their troubles with Long Beach State. And Long Beach State winning that match. There you see BYU against Pacific. Goes on and on. Ball hit over by Cook. Hunt from the 3-meter line. Stanford in trouble. Cook couldn't control the ball, and it's 1-0 Hawaii.
Well, smart shot by Stephen Hunt just to go for the high hands from behind the 3-meter line. Not the best set location, but bettered the ball and able to get his 4th kill.
Zemyak to serve. Zemyak gets it in. Overpass, and right there is Dyer.
Brendan Dyer picking up his 3rd kill on the overpass that was made possible after the fantastic serve down the line by Nate Zemyak.
We're in the 3rd set. Hawaii leading 2-0. It is a shocker. Zemyak off the cable. And again, it is an overpass. And Walker is there to just pound the ball. Found the ball that time off Barry, and it went out. 3-0 Hawaii.
And this is the serving of Nate Zemyak that we saw last year. Very aggressive, very strategic. See if he can continue a run here for Hawaii.
Excellent memory. Off the cable again. Lawson, Barry. Hawaii, Umlauf. And Umlauf cannot get it past the double block. That ball went right down in front of Lawson and also Cook.
Not a very smart hit that time by Umlauf. That set died way inside. He tried to challenge the block. See him flying into the cross court.
And that ball stayed on the Hawaii side of the court, 3-1. Serving will be Mahalski. One serving three. Service error. Boy, Stanford just has been plagued by service errors, and it has halted the way that they play the game. It has really started to get into their consistency. Walker hits it into the net, and the same applies for Hawaii. 4-2, Hawaii leading.
Yeah, Walker definitely struggling tonight from behind the service line. Telling Coach Charlie, yeah, I have to hit that ball much higher.
Serving is McLaughlin, chased down by Zemyak. Umlauf. That's dug up by Shoji. Berry. Ball hit over by McLaughlin. Zemyak. And that is Umlauf. That went off McLaughlin. McLaughlin had positioned himself on the line, but to no avail.
Yeah, again, Umlauf going down the line so far. Again, continue to find success. Like you said, McLaughlin was planted on that line, however, could not control the Umlauf boom.
5-2, Hawaii leading in the third set. Serving will be Dyer, and Dyer has played well. Dug up by Shoji. Berry. Ball is hit over and then hit over back by Hunt. Trying to get to the ball is McLaughlin, and he puts it up into the seventh row.
Well, Stephen Hunt would probably one of his easiest kills of the match, or so far this season even. Just tapping that ball into the deep corners. Shoji almost was able to keep it alive for Stanford, but Shoji walks up a little limping. Maybe hit his head a little bit too hard against the Terraflex.
Hawaii leading 6-2 in the third set. Dyer to serve again. Pick up by Shoji. Chased down by Barry. Ball is hit over that time by Lawson. And Lawson able to convert it. And Hawaii now leading 6-3.
Hawaii blocker is getting too anxious that time, getting caught up on the top of the net.
Serving is Cook into the net. So Hawaii leading by 4 here in the third set. They won the first set by 3, the second set by 4. And that's an ace. Umlauf is having a tremendous night, and he's having it against a team that won the national championship last year. More to come. Hawaii up by 5. The Hard Hit is sponsored by Ace Hardware Hawaii. Ace, the helpful place.
So this hard hit happened in the first set. You see there Umlauf and Zemyak getting caught up momentarily, but Umlauf pounds this ball down the line where he's found success all night long against the Stanford Cardinal. And that was tonight's Ace Hard Hit, brought to you by Jonas Umlauf.
Hawaii leading by 5 in the third set. They lead in this match 2-0. Stanford trying to find the consistency that so far tonight has eluded them. Umlauf to serve. That's dug up by Lawson. Barry, Lawson, good hit by Lawson. Able to conquer the double block that time.
And you can expect to see a lot more of Brad Lawson as this set continues on. Lawson picking up his 11th kill to lead the Stanford Cardinal.
Serving is Hendrickson just into the game. That ball comes back over. That goes off McLaughlin and goes out. That is a point for Hawaii. Take another look at this.
And Zemniak found success off this dump shot on the very first play of this match. goes right back to it. Again, McLaughlin got a hand on it, but wasn't able to keep it in play.
Hawaii back out to a 5-point lead. They lead 9-4, third set. Hunt, the Canadian, will serve. Gets it in, shanked off McLaughlin. It goes out. 10-4. Hawaii leading by 6.
Hawaii picking up their 4th ace after a tremendous serve by Hunt right at McLaughlin.
That's his first ace of the season. Stephen Irvin, number 12, 6'5" freshman from Pacific Palisades, California, has come into the match now for Stanford. Hawaii leading 10-4. This crowd still talking at each other about the performance of Hawaii. Hunt puts it into the net. Brings reality back a bit. 10-5. Hawaii leading. Serving is Lawson. That ball dug up by Costello. Shoji with a good dig. Berry. And the ball is hit over and down by Irvin. Irvin didn't take much time waiting. Gets the point. 10-6. Hawaii leading by 4. And Lawson back. Ready to serve again. Dug up by Costello. Umlauf off the block. That time it was off Irvin.
Fantastic pass by the libero for Hawaii, Nick Castillo. And Zemniak going to his go-to player tonight, Jonas Umlauf, getting a high hand shot for Hawaii.
Shane Welsh will now serve for Hawaii. Walker in the front row, along with Zemniak, along with Dyer. Ball hit by Irvin again. Irvin hits it off of Zemniak.
So Irvin comes right off the bench and contributes immediately for the Stanford Cardinal. Nate Zemniak drifting out to the line, not solid, and Stanford taking advantage of that.
Irvin trying to supply the energy. Serving is Berry. Zemniak back to the middle. Umlauf took something off. That's in the air by Berry. Shoji. Ball hit down the middle by Lawson. Pancake dig by Costello. Walker. Walker hit it behind the pin. 11-8. Stanford starting to come back now. They trail by 3. They trailed by as many as 6 in this third set. And you can see the sense of urgency now by Stanford. But there's Berry putting it into the net. Remember that consistency? It's halted once again.
So the serving woes continue for Stanford. As we see Nate Zemniak go back to serve.
Zemniak, the floor captain, will serve here. 12-8 Hawaii, third set. The ball is dug up by Cook. Hit over, great dig, goes over on the Stanford side. The ball is hit by Michalski. And finally Michalski gets it down. With some line drive shots.
A fantastic dig that time by Hawaii's libero. Again, Nick Castillo in the right place at the right time.
Michalski serves into the net. That's the second straight time he has walked off the court in frustration. 13-9. Hawaii holding on to the lead in the third set. They win this set. They win the match. Walker to serve. Walker gets it in, dug up by Shoji. That ball goes to Cook. Hawaii with it. Ball hit over by Hunt. Big hit that time by Lawson. Hits it right into the Hawaii block. And Umlauf was the Hawaii block.
Some great plays for Hawaii that time. Stellar defense, culminating in a great double block by Umlauf and Dyer. Umlauf dives into the seam and assists Dyer in that block against Lawson.
Hawaii building their lead back up 14-9. Serving is Walker, needs to get it in. He does. The ball dug up by Shoji. They go cross court to Cook. And Cook hits it off Umlauf. So a point for Stanford, 14-10.
Fantastic set that time by the setter for Stanford. Barry going all the way 30 feet cross court against the flow. Umlauf just chasing to try and get a hand on it. It instead gets used and tooled off the block.
Serving is Irvin, Stephen Irvin. Excellent serve, Costello, Zemyak, Umlauf. And a net violation is called. The net violation on Charlie Hendrickson, number 4. He's just making his first appearance. 15-10. Hawaii leading in the third set. The crowd is just beginning to sense something wonderful. The Outlook is sponsored by Subway. Eat fresh. Barely look at the conference standings. If you're a speed reader, it will help.
See these two teams at the top, USC and Stanford, the number 1 and 2 teams in the country, also lead the MPSF. Hawaii with yet to play a game in the MPSF right now. Although 0-3, they're 0-0 in the MPSF.
Dyer to serve, 15 serving 10. Dyer floats it over. Whistle blows. And a rotation violation on Hawaii. Here comes Charlie Wade, and
he was off the court. He was off the court.
Incensed.
That's what happened. Out of the timeout, Nick Casilla was actually on the court, forgetting that the middle blocker was serving, and ran off the court before the serve. And so Hawaii's arguing that Castillo made it off the court in time before the serve got off. The rule is you can only have 6 players on the court.
No, on contact. On contact.
Take a look.
Replay the point.
So as you see there, Castillo getting pushed off by Walker, and they're calling a replay. This time Hawaii with the right amount of players on the court, 6 players.
Hawaii gets a break. Serving will be Dyer. Replay, 15-10, Hawaii leading, third set. Dyer, Raleigh pops it over again. Shoji, Gary, Lawson hits it off. Umlauf.
So Hawaii's wing blockers right now are not doing a good job of getting all the way to the line. Is that Stanford offense is slowly speeding up. They're challenging Hawaii blockers as they're just drifting out to that line.
Ryan Cook to serve for Stanford, 15-11. Cook gets it across. Overpass, advantage Stanford. Shoji, Barry, Lawson, and a block by Umlauf. Solo block by Umlauf. An astonishing game by Umlauf.
Hawaii caught a break that time after a bad passing situation, and Umlauf going one-on-one against Lawson, just shutting him down.
Lawson taking deep breaths, looking at the Terraflex here. Umlauf will serve, 16-11, Hawaii. Umlauf serving in. The ball dug up by Irvin. Ball is hit over by Hendrickson, and then hit over by Welch. The ball comes back over again. Still up. Triple block. Block back to Stanford again. Shoji. And getting the ball in is Lawson. Lawson with opportunity after opportunity. But credit Brad Lawson. He was patient. He made it count. At the end, he was successful. And it's 16-12 and a chance for Stanford to come back in it. Neller will serve, number 2. Can you believe this?
Yet another service errors. And, you know, we've seen a lot of this last weekend as well. The visiting team kind of struggling on the serve. Penn State had a bunch of errors. So wonder if it's the change of environment in Hawaii, but definitely not what you would expect from the defending national champion and number 2 ranked team in the country. That's for sure.
Stephen Hunt will serve for Hawaii. They lead at 17-12 over Stanford. The ball dug up by Irvin. Overpass and knocked down. Knocked down in the middle by Welch and Walker. 18-12. Back to a 6-point lead in the third set. They win this set. They win the match. Serving again is Stephen Hunt. Started to serve, then held up. And he will set up again. You look at John Costi, coach of Stanford. Overpass again. The ball is hit by Welsh, and down goes Shoji. 19-12. Stanford not returning the Hawaii serves.
Well, we talked about Stanford serving errors. Hawaii, on the other hand, being very aggressive, causing some poor passing by the Cardinal.
Coming up at the end of this game, a member from each team will be selected as the most valuable player. The Most Outstanding Player Award is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii. 19-12. It's the biggest lead of this particular set. Stanford making wholesale changes. Coming in for Stanford is Jordan Inafuku. Inafuku is out of Kamehameha Kapa Lama. Number 6, he comes in.
Looking to help solidify Stanford's passing right now.
Irvin is still in. And ball dug up by Shoji. Hit over. Walker is there. Welsh is there. Buscaro, who has come in. And Buscaro able to set across the court. And the big hit, Umlauf. Umlauf now with 20 kills. It's 20-12. Hawaii is making a mockery of this third set against Stanford. What a turnaround from last week. Serving is Hunt. Gets it in. That ball dug up by Inafuku. Hitting the ball over is Lawson. And finally, Stanford getting a point as that ball goes off of Hunt.
A lot of emotion on the Hawaii sideline. Players and coaches are off the bench trying to exhort this team to the finish line. See a shot there of Charlie Wade, but a great job by Buscaro to get involved in that last play. As you see Charlie Wade congratulate him for a nice block on Brad Lawson.
20-13. Hawaii leading. Serving will be Lawson. Off the take, but there is Welsh. Zemia. Umlauf. That's in. 21-13. Hawaii starting to close in now. What an upset this would be when you judge what happened last week.
Another fantastic hit by Umlauf down the line once again. As we see Carroll back into the match, but crowd here is pleasantly surprised with the turnaround of this Warrior squad.
Harrison Carroll to serve, 21, serving 13. They've run away from Stanford here in the third. Ball is hit over by Lawson, chased down by Hunt. Getting the ball over is Carroll. Barry sets up Irvin, and Irvin goes on a very difficult angle, but gets it down. 21-14. Welsh getting ready to come back. Comes in for Harrison Carroll. Serving will be Barry for Stanford. That's dug up by Hunt. Zemia. And a missed connection that time by Dyer. Dyer was right there, ready for the big swing. It's 21-15.
Yeah, unfortunate miscue that time between Zemniak and Dyer after a great pass by Stephen Hunt.
Evan Barry getting ready to serve again for Stanford. 15 serving 21, dug up by Hunt near the net. Ball is hit over again by Umlauf. Umlauf has been unsolvable. Umlauf has played on a different level this whole match. 22-15.
And
Hawaii closing in on a sweep of Stanford.
Not only has Umlauf been able to do it offensively, but you see his defensive moves, his great blocking and serving. He really brought a complete game tonight for Hawaii.
That's just out on the serve by Zemyak. 22-16. Stanford has to put together a real miracle run here just to stay in the match. Ball is chased down by Hunt and punched over by Walker. That ball blocked back by Umlauf. They go to Irvin. That's in the air by Zemyak. Umlauf goes cross court. Walker. That ball goes off Ellis in the back row. And Hawaii can do no wrong. And they are 2 points away from sweeping this match against Stanford. You talk about a team that walked out of here with their heads low. Tonight they can cakewalk with their heads high. 23-16. Walker to serve for Hawaii. This crowd has been treated to a monumental effort. Walker to serve. Off the tape. Ball goes outside. And that's a point for Hawaii. Irvin hit it into the block and it went down. Match point. Match point. Hawaii against Stanford. Stanford, the defending national champion. Stanford populated with the best volleyball players Hawaii has had in the past few years. But here's Hawaii. Is this the match? It is long by Walker. Charlie Wade is up. Charlie Wade saying no, just relax, relax. Stanford has their backs to the wall now. Irvin will serve for Stanford. Dug up by Costello. They go cross court. It's over. What a fantastic, historical event. Hawaii sweeps Stanford. 25-22, 25-21, 25-17. An amazing accomplishment by this coaching staff, by the players, because when you compare it, and you have to do that with how they played last week, with how they were 0-3 coming out of the tournament last week, something that has never happened before at the start of the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation. And so it was like going from the frying pan into the fire, everybody thought, because here's Stanford, defending national champion. Stanford with a kind of a Hawaii high school emphasis to them, with the players that have made it such a great team. And here's Hawaii. And Hawaii was ready to play tonight. They won it in straight sets. We'll talk to the coach in a minute. This Red Star moment is sponsored by Heineken. Give yourself a good name. Hawaii sweeps Stanford tonight. The match point. Zemyak to Hunt. And it is over. Hawaii played just a marvelous match tonight. Especially Jonas Umlauf. Umlauf was on another planet. Our choice for tonight's most outstanding players are Brad Lawson from Stanford and Jonas Umlauf from the University of Hawaii. The most outstanding player awards are sponsored by the Bank of Hawaii. And with us now is the coach, Charlie Wade. You know, Charlie, you come out of last week and you come out of, you're in the doldrums. I mean, you have your players looking at the floor when they leave, and the fans are thinking, boy, what kind of a team is this going to be? Are we going to struggle like that all year long? And then there's tonight, a miraculous turnaround, an unbelievable Cloud 9 experience as you defeat the defending national champions. Not only defeat them, but you sweep them.
Yeah, really appreciate the fans coming out and supporting us. Those people, I know there were, it was a rough week for us going 0-3 last week, and then great crowd tonight coming out here and really giving us a lift. And our guys just battled. We played every point like it absolutely mattered, and it does. We said all along it's all about winning matches in the MPSF, and tonight was the first part of that journey for us.
There had to be a plan. There had to be a plan over the course of this week that you set out to try to win this match in the MPSF, because it's the first match in the MPSF against Stanford.
Absolutely, and every match in the MPSF is so critical. And this is, we dropped 2 to them last year, and I saw something in their press guide saying that we hadn't won a game from them in years. I was going, we absolutely were, kind of felt our backs up against the wall a little bit, not in the panic mode in a sense, but going 0-3 was a big disappointment. We know we got a talented team, we know we got good players, and tonight we decided to come out and prove it.
Coach, talk to us a little bit about how much Jonas Umlauf means to this team. Obviously, last weekend injured, tonight putting on a phenomenal performance. How much does he mean, and his health and just his overall presence on the court mean for you?
Well, big kid came to play tonight for sure. That was worth the price of admission, no doubt. And, he said last year that I kind of suspected that he makes guys around him better. And we saw that Saturday night when you just took him out of the lineup. Guys don't pass as well. They don't serve quite as well. And he's just one of those guys that's, for us, kind of the glue. Everybody's able to step up, raise their game to another level. And, tonight was a lot of fun to watch.
As the coach, with that plan that you have to make the team better and better and make the great talent that is in the state of Hawaii with high school volleyball players, it took a step forward tonight, didn't it?
Yeah. And it's like you guys have me overtime. Every time we beat a team with a bunch of Hawaii players on, I appreciate that. And it's a big struggle for us. We want the best players in Hawaii staying home and playing for the University of Hawaii. You go watch Nebraska, Florida, Texas, those players and other sports, they all stay home and represent their state. We want the best players in Hawaii representing, be a part of what we got going on here. We know we're building a championship caliber program. And, and again, tonight, just a step towards that, proving to all the young guys and gals in the community, in every sport, stay home and represent Hawaii. It's the most precious place on the planet, and you get a chance to be a part of it.
People will get a chance to be a part of it on Sunday, that's for sure. This place could have quite a population to it.
That'll be a lot of fun.
It will be. Congratulations,
Thank you,
Charlie.
sir. Thank you, Ryan.
Tomorrow night, the Rainbow Warrior basketball team is back in action with a WAC contest against the Spartans of San Jose State. Join us from the opening tip to the final buzzer with the home team's live coverage starting at 7. This has been another University of Hawaii sports presentation, and what a presentation it was. On K5, the home team, for Ryan Suji and the entire home team crew, and Coach Charlie Wade and his team. Good night, everybody.